Alright guys, Bossman RCTV. And as you can see, I got a lot of parts sitting on the table. And you probably can guess what I'm building today. I finally got me the 2021 Bronco TRX4. And yeah, it's box stock. I haven't touched anything. So I plan on putting a lot of things on there. I'll be back with you when this is done. This is a lot of stuff I'm going to try to put on here, so I'm not even going to bore you with it. I'll just get right back to you when I'm actually done with the build. But I didn't even run this thing yet. It's completely box stock. Still got that fresh RC smell to it. I'm going to try out this servo right here. Flash Hobby 45 kg high voltage servo. Alright guys, Bossman RCTV here. And yes, it's been a minute as always. You know, I have to take care of home and my life duties. But nevertheless, I always make time for the things that I want. So today on my channel, I have the TRX4 2021 Bronco. And I've been wanting this for quite some time. I've already unboxed it and took it apart and rebuilt it. It's 1,000 videos already on that. So I didn't want to do another video like that and bore you. I did take it out and test run it. As you can see, I got some scratches right here on the body. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go over right quick everything that I got on here, or all the changes that I made. And yeah, hopefully you like it. So I guess I'll start off with the front bumper. So nothing special here, just a bumper I found on Amazon. Luckily, it fits perfectly in my opinion. It could be a little bit wider, but it fits. It fits in my opinion. It hangs out a bit far, but it is what it is. Let's see. Okay, so I got a brass front bumper mount, Amazon bumper from Amazon. You guys see the decals on there. That's all the companies that I went with to go ahead and throw this thing together. So you see I got some Enduro on here. Got Trill, Vidavon, Hobby Wing, Proline, Power Hobbies. Shout out to A-Man. Yeah, I just wanted this RC for quite some time. I used to have the TRX4 Blazer. Well, actually, I still have it, but that thing's about 5 years old, and I beat it up. So, yeah, I just wanted to get a new one. Finally got my hands on it. Rear bumper, also from Amazon. Nothing special there. If you guys was a subscriber to the channel, you probably recognize this tire cover. So I did reuse some parts, but not all parts. You know, got the danglies here, the dangle jangles. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the top and show you guys the interior that I have. I am recording this one hand, so you know, I know the camera's a bit shaky. Just work with me a bit. So I only ran this one time since I had it. And everything turned out pretty good. Go ahead and pop this top. Show you what I'm working with. Alright, so this is just a makeshift interior, again from Amazon. The actual plastic body, or the plastic interior is from Amazon. The action figures is just, you know, from my local dollar store, Walmart. Some of these pieces in here is from my old TRX4. I just double-sided tape them down, and they're on there pretty solid. So this is what I'm working with right now. It's not connected. I tried to use the magnets, but they're not strong enough. I ordered weak magnets from Amazon, so watch out for that. I didn't bother to take them off. I'll just leave them there. Maybe I'll take them off in the future, who knows. But yeah, this is all for the interior. I had to cut it a little bit for clearance to get the body to actually latch on to the new body clipping system. So I have the Hobby Wing Fusion 2300 kV motor Pro, and this is the first time I had this motor. I have the 1800 kV, so I went on ahead and decided to get the 2300 for this one, for the 2021 Bronco. I do have the 2-speed transmission servo stock. Also, is my diff locking servo stock. So I have rock lights in there, as you can see from Traxxas. The bumpers came with headlights. The bumpers came with tail lights and headlights. But the problem that I'm running into is the voltage for the Traxxas rock lights is 6 volts. Everything else is rated for 7 or 8 volts, 10 volts. All my other lights and electronics, besides the servos, because they're stock. So I'm running into heat issues with my rock lights, so I really don't plug them in. As you can see, I have them unplugged. You probably can't see that. Well, yep. Let me go ahead and fish that out of there. As you can see right here, I have the rock lights not plugged in because they heat up dramatically. I am going to find a solution for that, but right now I'm just running it unplugged. And let's see what else do I have on here. Oh, how could I forget? So I got this servo again from Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can flip this chassis for you. So this is the servo that I have. 45 kg high voltage. Cordless digital servo. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. See if I can get it to focus a bit for you. Alright. So this is the servo that I'm running. Like I said, I tested it out. I already tested out, and it holds up pretty good. It's not too loud, but it has some noise to it. This is a $50 servo from Amazon. And so far so good. I only ran it and tested it once, so we're going to give it a better test today. What other changes did I make to it? Okay, I'm going to flip her over. Alright, so I have high clearance links, again from Amazon. Maybe some off-brand, I think it was KYX high clearance link. The whole set. Even the steering linkage. I didn't use all parts for the steering linkage. I'm going to go ahead and admit I got a little confused there because it doesn't come with instructions. So I just stopped, and you see the panhard bar is still stock. But I do like the high clearance links because they're a bit thicker, a little bit beefier. So I do like that. I wish they were black, but they're silver, and that's okay. Like I said before, I have a front bumper mount that's brass. You see the diff covers are brass. You see the brass shock links, or not shock links, the shock mounts. And as well as the portal axle, the portal covers are brass. Okay, all four, all the way around, all brass, the whole setup. I got that from Amazon. Again, shout out to Amazon. Got this whole setup on Amazon, I think for about $128. You know, with shipping and handling and taxes, maybe it was a little more, but you know, it fits excellent. There is a little bit of play in the back tires. I can't really show you right now because I'm one-handed, But it's, you know, if you shim it up, see if I can show you guys right here. Let's see. So this tire moves forward, backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards. It's a little bit of shake there. It's not too much. It's really not that bad. I just don't like it. But if I can get the right size shims, I can fix that. I went with 25 weight shock fluid, front and rear. So this thing is going to be nice and fast. The suspension is going to be nice and fast. These are not the stock springs. Stock shocks, but not the stock springs. These are the orange colored springs. I think they're rated, ooh, guys, I forget. It's rated 0.45, 0.39. I forget, guys, but these are not the stock springs. They're a bit softer, front and rear. And I went with 25 weight shock fluid. These are trail wheels. You know, I like the rims a lot. You guys can even see my brake pads in there. The tires, Proline, Toyo, Open Country. Now these are a skinnier diameter, smaller tire than stock. These are dual stage foams from Proline that I have in here. And as you can see, these tires are a bit stiff, but it does conform as deep as the treads. It conforms as deep as the treads, so when I was test running it, it did perform well. But I'm at my local park where I like to run my crawler and my trail truck. So I'm going to actually test it out a bit more today and hopefully get it on camera for you guys. Let's see, I think that's all the changes that I have on here. Oh, one more key part. So on my old TRX4, this used to break all the time, or flex. I like to run a strong servo, high voltage servo, and right here would always flex and eventually break. And I seen that Vidavon had this upgraded piece here. So I opted to go ahead and get this. And this is for a TRX4 Sport. So I had to do some modifications. I went to my local hobby store. Shout out to Aerotech Hobbies in North Canton, Ohio. They really helped me out. They have an awesome team there. So they went on ahead and took the Dremel and they cut out and made enough clearance for me so I can go ahead and use this panhard bar mount that's meant for the TRX4 Sport, and I got it to fit on this 2021 Bronco. So that works out perfectly. I wouldn't have any breakages here in the future, and this is going to give me a lot more life out of this TRX4. So I highly recommend this upgrade for any TRX4 out there, especially if you're going to upgrade your servo, which I know everyone is. So I will highly recommend this piece. Shout out to Vidavon. This is a must-have if you own a TRX4. If you got a Sport, the Mercedes-Benz, you got a Blazer, you know, you have the Defender. I believe this part right here is a necessity. So the radio and the receiver, I want to talk about that for a little while. The RC6 GS version 3 radio and receiver combo, because this is a 7-channel, you see that right there, 7-channel radio and receiver setup, and that allows me to run all my diff servos, my 2-speed transmission servo, all my lights, and everything else that I would want to attach. I do have some Y connectors here in case I wanted to add more lights, a roof rack, something like that is already set up for it. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about my controls. So right here, I press this button right here, that controls my 2-speed transmission servo right there. Okay, this shiny little knob that you're looking at, this right here controls Actually, it's a gyro on this radio and receiver, and this controls it. If I turn it all the way forward, it turns the gyro way up. If I turn it all the way back, it turns it down. This switch here controls my rear diff. This switch here controls my front diff. Right now they're both switched backwards. When they're both switched back, both of my diffs will be locked. When they're both switched forward, both of my diffs would be unlocked. And if I switch this back, my rear will be locked, my front will be unlocked. Switch that forward, switch this back, front will be locked, rear will be unlocked. So I have the same features as the stock radio and receiver system, and maybe a little bit more. 60 amp 2300 kV motor and ESC fusion system, 2-in-1. The ESC and the motor did not come with the programming card. As you see, this is an old programming card from my old fusion system, and I put the sticker on the back so I can still go through the modes and the cycling of it. It's pretty straightforward. You guys can look up any video on YouTube on this, and it'll help you out. It's pretty straightforward. You just plug it in and you use this menu to cycle through the items and the value. Same rules apply. Hopefully you're familiar with this method, and it works. It works perfectly. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys these batteries. So I've had these batteries for about 2 or 3 years, and 3 years later the batteries have not puffed. I had them in storage for about 1.5 years, and they still run beautifully. So I'm going to be using these big blocks right here. Bossman RC TV. You guys like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned.